Defensively, now they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Here we go. I'll tell you that some other time.
Back to football. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Trust me, Brandon, I'm not about to try and take your job. I can't do what you do. But that wasn't just 3 and out. That felt like 3 and backwards.
Well, that's exactly what it was. You can have my job whenever you want it. The drive that you're looking for, they're probably going forward. Bad start to the ball game.
Yeah, not the way to get things going.
A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Flex round. Flex round. Take 4. Ohio. Flex round. Flex.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down the pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down right around the 31. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Here we go.
4 down. 4 down. Check.
On 1st down, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight right. Tight right.
Here we go.
3 down.
White 90. White 90.
45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Watson on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Sack, baby.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
I'm here
Here we
all
go.
day. I'm here all day.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Watch right. We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. So on 4th down, here's Matt Darr to kick it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Get loud. I want to hear you.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan there on that first drive.
Sometimes it absolutely serves you well. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Watch left, watch left.
Set,
Mahomes to throw on second down. Flush to his right. They find some open field here. And he slides to avoid the hit. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Check, check. Fresno.
Hurry up, here we go. No. Check, Patriot.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Now we give right side McCaffrey.
No.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Watch you now, Barney. Here we go now.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's second and 2.
You don't want no problems with me.
Offense in a good spot here, second and 2.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Odd.
Set. Green, 39. Go. All right, now, Lucky 56. Leopard.
Rush in.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Watch you now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Yeah, baby.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Trips over here. That's overload.
Back there. Here we go now. 3-19.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Finding some room at midfield. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Gun! All right, here we go. Detroit!
49, check 49.
Hurry up, here we go. Back 99, Philly, here we go. Watch you now, Barney. Watch you now, back
Kill, turn up.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, He hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss.
Hey, watch the shift. Watch the shift. Check 9. Check 9. Check. Check hot route. Hot.
And here comes play number 6 on this
Over,
drive.
over!
Yo trip is here, baby. Yo
All right, here we go.
Here.
319!
Mahomes going to throw.
319!
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Gun! Move! Gun! All right, here we go.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play. It was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Detroit!
Tight dog.
Another run, this time McCaffrey.
Safe.
He's to the 10. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Showing it. Jack.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down.
Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Hurry up, here we go.
Alert.
Blue 90.
3 down.
Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Watch him now. Back 99 Philly.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Falcons are in for 6.
There you go.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been. Simply taking a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Got double tight.
Here it
Three down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. On second down, here's Watson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely, he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And some room to work. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be down deep in Houston territory. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The short yardage man is Coleman, and he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Check. Crunch. Watch the edge.
All right, now. Over.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey.
Begin.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
All right, now, let's go. 56. Blue 56. Blue 90.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And the hold clock closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here they come, here they come, here they come.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Get him, boys.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And now out comes Houston. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
We got 4.
And now here's a carry heading left.
Run.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down.
2 times.
Here we go.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Now it's Watson, the bootleg. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing
Here we go.
lanes.
Check 4. Here we go, D. Hey. He's coming to you.
Out of the gun, Watson. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
All right, I need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, is another example, arriving there to help knock that one away.
Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bad.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bad.
Super toe.
Detroit!
Check.
Detroit!
Fresno.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19.
They go play action here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Strong right.
Gun!
It's Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilkins. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Barney!
He's coming, double up.
Detroit! Detroit!
He's crashing.
Now let's go!
He's checking crash.
Detroit! Detroit!
Check.
Mahomes now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Check, check, check. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12.
That's what I'm talking about.
Working from the gun, Mahomes going up top. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Tight right, tight right.
Here we go! White 90! White 90!
After the interception, here's Watson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The Texans on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Flex round! Here we go!
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. Hard throw, incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, I think everyone in the stadium thought they'd try and run the football there, but they tried to surprise the defense and hit something through the air. Instead, it results in an incompletion.
Here's Matt Darr now as he's on to punt for Houston. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out come the Falcons now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on after the half.
4 down.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
Detroit!
Kill. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Here we go!
To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's complete. Hooper. And he's going to get to the 31 enough for the first down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Gun!
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now a first down following that long gain.
Gun! Now let's go. Green, 39. Here we go. 3, 19.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Going to throw right side here, complete. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout, and they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And his kick is absolutely perfect. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Let's go. Red 38.
We got 3.
Now Watson off the bootleg. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. The Texans on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Matt Darr now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
Let's get loud, baby. Pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up. Let's go. Pump it up.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? If they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Yeah, still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Check. Six guy, check six guy. Watch out. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Now here's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Come on, let's go!
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Oh, yeah!
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got 5.
Here's Watson now on second down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the ball is knocked out, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Texans on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get in there. He's a big part of their offense.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Watch tight end. Hey, we are.
Here we go.
We got 4 down.
Flex round!
A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
Single receiver.
Watson, incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Back to throw, Watson under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
No. Check. Patriot. Now that's
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Switch.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Run to the ball.
Back down Philly. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Detroit.
On second down, here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Check three.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Easy work.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9.
Double tight.
All right, here we go. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot. SOS.
The slot man in motion right. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Mahomes now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Talking about, Ward.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
Single. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Mahomes. And finding the tight end Hooper. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of down.